お前はもう死んでいる。
In the beginning. Anyways, welcome to another.
That's a great start.
Welcome to another episode of the Dead Lemons podcast. This is episode 3, and we have a special guest.
I don't know if you call him special. Let's mean retarded kind of special.
Yeah, that's what I meant by special. He's kind of a retard.
Yeah, because I'm the retarded one.
So-
Hey, my name's Frank.
I didn't ask for your name. What are you
Oh,
doing?
well, you know what? I introduced myself anyways, because these people don't know who I is.
Yeah, who is this?
Who are they people?
The beautiful people that are listening to this.
The 6 or whatever it is.
The 6 people.
That's fine, and they're all beautiful.
Yeah, one of them is you.
Exactly. So if they're anything like me, they're beautiful.
Oh, gosh. All right, so how's it going, everyone? What's the update this week?
Work for me, mostly. Nothing particularly interesting. Once again, Frank, what about you? What's going on in your week?
Work as well. Trying to get myself to pick up those dumbbells that I bought like a couple weeks ago already.
Well, I thought you were going to the gym. What happened to that?
No, the gyms are closed.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, they've been closed.
That was only
COVID, man.
That was only like a week.
No, see, they were open for like a month, and then at first it was just you had to walk in with a mask, and then you don't have to wear it while working out.
I don't understand why you would work out.
None of
with
it
a
makes
mask.
sense.
None of it makes sense. To me.
it is what it is.
But then they changed it to where it's masks and gloves while working out, and then they completely closed it down.
I just assumed since you said you guys are going to like Planet Fitness that like they would just stay open because that's the weird gym. You know what I mean?
It's the weird gym, but not in a cool, badass kind of way. It's the weird gym because they're really gay about things.
What do you mean by like gay?
Like, no grunting and groaning and working out.
Are you serious?
Basically, their whole motto and spiel is no what the hell's the stupid word? Gym intimidation.
Yeah, they don't like
So-
clunk heads.
Yeah, they don't like these big roided out dudes going.
Yeah, but that's like the majority of the demographic that goes to the gym though. Roid heads, aren't they?
Yeah,
It is.
More or less, maybe.
I grunt if I have to.
But you can't grunt.
They don't just want you screaming out there,
No, like,
Sir, sir,
or like slamming the weights on the ground. Some gyms.
Oh, are you serious, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna like. Well, I did my max threshold rep. I'm gonna slowly put this down and injure my back.
yeah, no.
Exactly. That doesn't make any sense.
Like,
to
there
me.
are some guys, I will say, to be fair, there are some guys who are stupid and, like, they're not even lifting their max and they just, and chuck it onto the floor. Yeah, that's kind of annoying, so that's fine. But, like, some things, like, especially with, like, deadlifting and stuff like that, it's like, it's just natural. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Well, some clunks go by nature. Like whenever I use the machines that are already like set up, it's almost hard to bring those down without the plates clanking on each other.
Right.
But they just don't want you throwing shit around.
That doesn't make any sense to me. What's up with that?
Does anything
like-
make sense right now in this current
I
climate?
mean, I just figured like in the gym, it's like, sir, can you stop grunting? You're giving me a boner.
Hey, speaking of boners,
Oh boy,
what's been the boner in your week?
the boner in my week.
Yeah.
What do you mean by boner in my week?
Finally getting rolling with things?
Well, no, I didn't want to talk about any of
But
that.
you can. You can be very generalistic about it, but that's kind of cool. Jan went to school and it's finally paying off. Yeah, there.
Anyways.
See how easy that was?
All right, just to sum it up: school, degree leads to test leads to certificate means license means I can be employed. There.
Yeah, which, considering the large percentage that don't usually have the success in actually getting the job, that's pretty cool that it happened for you and fairly quickly. So that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, congratulations.
Definitely don't want to talk about that.
Kampai, as they say in Asian Town.
Yeah.
You can clink. You're not drinking what we're drinking. Here you go.
All right, fine. So
There
I
you
get the
go.
wrong
You
idea.
I'm a little concerned about giving him a drink now.
Oh, he's not. Why? He's not drinking alcohol. We're drinking alcohol.
I guess. Anyways,
What are we drinking, Jan? Let them know.
Poison of the day, Toguchi whiskey, and is this Spanish or is this Italian?
I don't know. It has a bunch of different writing on it.
Yeah, aged at least 3 years. Interesting.
Well, it's a blend. Ooh, spicy.
Yeah,
It's
not bad.
from. You're terrible at this stuff. Toguchi whiskey, a product of Japan, obviously made in Hiroshima. So Nuketown.
There it is.
Nuketown whiskey. Hey man, I feel bad about it. Okay.
Our whiskey is fermented in finest radiation, not from Fukushima.
Yeah, gotta have that aged radiation. Gotta have that
Yeah,
new
yeah.
stuff. Nasty.
Yeah. Wait. No, it's still there. What are we talking about?
Fukushima?
I don't know. For some reason, I was thinking like Chernobyl, like if people actually moved back in. But
Did-
I keep thinking it's a different type of radiation, so it's not the same.
It's
Different
very bad.
half-lives.
It's very bad there still.
Hiroshima?
But no, Chernobyl.
Oh yeah, of course, Chernobyl.
But you got people that move back. It's actually very interesting. Little nobody shout out to another YouTube channel called Bald and Bankrupt. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. Great channel. This dude that just kind of travels, and he usually kind of travels either around India or what's happening over there on the technical end of things. Continuing to talk, I suppose. Anyways, the guy, like I said, goes to India and certain parts of like certain Asian countries. Anyways, but he mainly goes to like the Russian areas. But yeah, he's gone into Chernobyl. He actually has friends now because he stumbled across some random people living in the radiation zone, and
like actual in the radiation
actual-
zone.
Yeah, and a lot of them are older people, and he goes there every now and then and drops off some food and vodka. It's actually a very wholesome thing. He's an interesting guy compared to like to a lot of other travel channels.
Actually, I just saw a stand-up comedy of some British guy on Netflix, and he made a skit on that about how like they have a canteen, and it's like, why the hell would anyone eat the food there?
I'm assuming you're talking about Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny stuff.
I think I did see like something about the shield they put over the actual reactor itself is deteriorating. So they're trying to build this. I think it was like 2015 where I saw it, but they're trying to build like a shell that they can push over it. Just because the makeshift one they made at the time is like falling apart.
Yeah. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they've already implemented part of the shell, from what I saw.
Part of the shell.
So what's going on? What's going on here?
Yeah. What's up with you, Frank? You said
What do you
you like.
do, or what do you like to do?
Well, I was just gonna get to that. He's
Oh,
apparently
sorry.
he's part of a biker gang.
It's not a gang. It's just a
Oh,
motorcycle club.
jeez. Tell us about your assless chaps.
No, we're just we're a riding club. Nothing too crazy, not outlaw or nothing.
That sounds like that sounds fancy for gang.
No, we get together and we just choose a route, kind of at random, and we just have fun, and we keep each other, a little competitive but safe.
How long
and
have you been riding?
Me riding in general over a couple years now. But it's just been daily commuting. With these guys, it's a little more on the racy side, so that's kind of fun and exciting. I've been riding with them for about a month and a half, I'd say. But unfortunately, the rides are canceled due to that stupid Corona crap going around.
Yeah.
COVID.
None of us want to get the coof,
Yeah.
so
He didn't know what the coof was.
no.
No. Very first episode, and he didn't know what coofing was.
Second.
He only knew about the cooming.
Oh boy, the cooming.
So, question. Everybody's got their different opinions on motorcycles and all that kind of stuff, and especially when it comes to riding in Los Angeles. Would you consider the benefit... Well, no, let me rephrase that. Because it's probably going to be biased nonetheless. You are a rider.
Mm-hmm.
But some people have an issue with riding in LA because the amount of traffic. So, when people usually
not
get a bike...
recently, no.
Not recently, no. But in general, the amount of traffic is part of the reason why people buy a motorcycle. So they can just bypass it. But then you have the other side that say, well, the amount of traffic makes it that much more dangerous to be riding. What is your opinion on that?
So that just depends on every individual rider. There are some people that, let's say, for example, are daydreamers. They just daydream a lot, whether they're just sitting in their room, at school, at work, or driving a car. That all translates also to hopping on a motorcycle. Now, you are a little more aware on a motorcycle, But I've been guilty of also catching myself daydreaming, and I'm like, oh, I need to focus, because it's very important to scan ahead. So for myself, at least, I don't feel like there's any actual increased danger. The reality is that yes, it is danger in nature to ride, and the more cars around you, the more opportunity there is for something to happen. But as long as you're aware of your surroundings and you practice safe things like speeding, distance, gauging, body language of the vehicle, then it just, if you can do all that, just find and scan ahead, you're good. That's why I'm never afraid to lane split, but I'm never the reckless type to go, 60 when everyone's crawling at a 5 or a 10 mile speed per hour traffic jam. That's reckless.
Have you ever seen another dead motorcyclist?
In person, no.
Okay.
Fortunately, I haven't seen anyone down. I've come across several car accidents.
Unfortunately or fortunately?
Unfortunately.
Oh, I would have assumed it was fortunate.
I mean, wait, yeah, that's what I mean, fortunate. Yeah. Fortunately, I have not seen anyone gone
good.
down. I've seen, I would watch these motovlog compilations on YouTube, and I've been watching for years of people that do get into accidents. So I've kind of learned my lesson in regards to their accidents and how not to replicate that for myself.
That's good.
And so the only time I've gone down was just because I'm messing around a little too much on the bike myself, and I'll have a...
Yeah, you need to stop fondling your handlebars, man.
it's so fun, twisting the throttle.
So, Ching Chong Boy, would you ever ride a motorcycle?
Me?
Yeah.
If I can fit
Didn't
in
we
one.
used to talk about...
Getting motorcycles?
Yeah.
I think I dabbled on the idea, and then...
What was it that sparked that interest at that time? Do you remember?
Traffic.
Was it just traffic?
For me, it was traffic.
I thought it was like a game or like a movie. That
I just didn't want to deal with the traffic anymore.
Let me put it into perspective, because I used to be, use that as a bragging point to having a motorcycle. You don't really save that much time on traffic. Now, if the traffic is going on for miles and miles on end, but if you're just hitting a patch of a few miles of traffic, then you shed 5 minutes.
Yeah, that applies because a lot of people, they would use in general my type of driving. You have some people oh, people who speed, you don't actually save any time or whatever. If you're making a quick trip to, I don't know, grab some food or something like that's 4 or 5 miles, you're not going to save that much time. But if we're talking about long, more than 5 miles, more than 10 miles, you do actually, it starts to stack up, and you do actually save some time. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. What you got for us, buddy?
I don't know if we have to deal with traffic much longer. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's been that mass exodus from California.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of people leaving now with what's going on. Joe
Very,
Rogan
very
being one of them on recent news.
Good riddance. Everybody loves Joe Rogan. I don't understand why.
Well, I respect the guy.
I respect him too. He's not this super smart individual that everybody likes to make him.
I don't think he's super smart. I just like the fact that he has a lot of different guests on his show. On occasion, I will listen to his show.
He is a thinker.
Yes.
He may not necessarily always think in the right way, but he is a thinker, so I can respect him for that. And I would love to sit down and have a beer with him, or at least chat. But
DMT, bro. Take some DMT, bro.
But I did hear about that mass exodus, which is kind of nice because, especially SoCal, we need less people. It's way too crowded here.
Would you stay here? Would you stay here, Frank?
Yeah, no, I love my city. I was born and raised here. I mean, there are some things that I dislike just like anyone else. Mm-hmm. But I can't imagine myself living anywhere else. I mean, sometimes I like to daydream about living out in the forest or something, the forest area.
Right.
Like West Virginia or something.
West Virginia.
Exactly. But I just love the city way too much.
All right, so I have a stat for you here. So as of 2019, 691,145 Californians have left.
Good.
And it's progressing by 5, 6, 7%.
Actually, you know what I'm curious about? Out of that group, how many are native?
What do you mean native?
Native
born and raised in LA, and how many of those people?
That I don't know.
Because see, that to me would be the deciphering factor on whether or not I would continue to say, because if all the people leaving SoCal, or California in general, are people that were born and raised here and then just got sick and tired of it and are leaving, and they're being replaced with people who are not from LA or from California in general, then that would be bothersome to me.
Right.
Because I do not like most of those people.
Well,
People that come here from out of state and they pretend like they know what actually matters and like how things work in this area. Just
so
no.
that stat that I got, I've read a couple of, I guess, testimonials. That's the word I'm looking for.
Sure.
Old Marine veteran, 60 years old, retired, decides to move to New Mexico just because he couldn't deal with the homelessness, the overcrowding, and how expensive it got. And feels like living in California, and if you're a middle-class Californian, you're definitely going to feel the weight of what's going on. And mainly the reason why he left. So do you feel like... Because I feel like us going towards that direction, being in the middle class and all, that we're going to feel the brunt of what's going on in California.
Oh yeah, 100%. Here's the thing: for as long as this state is run by people who don't give a crap about its residents, or even the federal government, and continue to abuse money and power, yeah, we're definitely going to feel the brunt of it, unless there's a miracle of a shift. Which case?
Do you feel like it's going to have to take a shit ton of us middle class workers to leave for them to realize that? Because keep in mind,
yeah.
I don't think college graduates with a crap ton of student loan and no jobs are going to make up the majority of the economy here.
No.
Okay, if I can do that again.
Yeah, we've done that one twice now. It'll come back for sure. But no, I think you're right.
Hey, we can always use more baristas, I suppose.
Jeez. Yeah, that's all we need is more Starbucks and crap.
Speaking on that, my girlfriend, she used to be a barista.
Mm-hmm.
But she's still in the loop with a lot of like the forums and whatnot, the people
Right.
that work there, and a lot of people are quitting because they're being. All right, so baristas are already like some of the most abused people.
Oh yeah,
in the
course.
work field, but now it's even worse with the mask. You have to wear the mask and whatnot.
Are we talking about like Karens coming in?
Exactly,
or
Karens. Karens and Kevins, and they're like
Kevin's.
Yeah,
That's
the male
version of Kevin.
Karen, yeah.
Ah, poor guy.
And these people are literally like throwing tantrums, spitting on people, throwing drinks at people when they're wrong.
So does your girlfriend still work at
No,
was it Starbucks for her?
No, she quit a while ago.
Okay,
Yeah,
good for her.
She's,
Good for her.
She's doing better off with her, newish job. You don't deal with those type of people. She deals with a different type of people.
Yeah,
Well-
everybody in every job is gonna have to deal with some kind of moron.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta watch what you say now, apparently. Because definitely Starbucks is definitely one of those companies with that, that liberal hive mind mentality.
Well, kind of. Even though it's interesting, because at the lab that I work at, we've been getting new people in because the understaffed for the COVID testing and all that kind of stuff, and we had I don't know, a handful of new people, and a couple of them I overheard were complaining about Starbucks, and I wasn't sure why. And so I just asked them, hey, I don't actually give a crap, but I'm curious, so what the hell's going on? And their issue was that Starbucks apparently has not actually come out in support of the BLM movement.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, so it's interesting. So maybe they're not completely that stupid.
Well, just because they didn't openly come out and say they support Black Lives Matter.
Right. Because
doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, because
It's
what
just
I
they're
told
just
them
taking a
was
neutral stance.
Yeah, what I told them was, you guys understand that anything that happens in a business is going to be ultimately
To make money.
or
course.
at least at the very least to keep the money that they have.
They don't understand that.
Yeah, so
It's just
so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, but it is interesting because Starbucks does tend to be a little bit outspoken on certain things. So
I think the BLM movement so far right now because of
Bowel
the
movement?
Huh?
Sorry. Go ahead.
is a little controversial in regards to the violence that kind of kicked it all off.
Here we are again, back to Black Lives Matter.
No.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm just touching base real quick on that. So it's really sensitive at the moment.
Of course.
Where just like many companies on Pride Month, put the rainbow thing up, and
you were listening to our first episode, weren't you?
no, I'm just in the loop
go
with this
ahead.
stuff. And but as soon as Pride Month's over, those rainbow logos, yeet.
yep.
Yeah.
So they're just doing it because that's socially acceptable, and people like to see that, so they keep their business. But because this is so controversial and very explosive for now,
That's what I don't get though. Like, why do you really want like for example, a company just to support your ideology? Like, why do you want it that bad? Like, if you enjoy their product, just enjoy their product.
That's the thing,
It's
man.
it's inclusivity.
Because here's a story that I have. One of my several random dates with people. You know, you meet the certain people with these ideologies, and you realize, God damn, I am.
Oh, that one chick.
Yeah, we're talking about
Yeah.
Speaking of Chick-fil-A. So, so I go on a date with this girl, you know, from LA. You know, very cute, pretty good so far. We're vibing out, you know.
How big was your dick?
I don't know. We'll see.
Just kidding.
It didn't do its work that night, so I'll say that. Solely on the base of what she happened to have as for example, a topic of conversation. I remember driving the car, her being in the passenger seat, and I see Chick-fil-A. I'm like, oh yeah, Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A. She's like, how could you support a company like that? I'm like, how could I support good food? What's going on here? And apparently, I guess Chick-fil-A is it's like primarily a Christian company that doesn't
Mormon,
support.
technically.
Well, but they don't support, gay
and-
rights or anything.
Yeah, they're even closed on Sundays.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she told me about that, and she just went off on a rant just saying, like, you shouldn't be supporting a company or eating this restaurant's food just because they don't support, gay rights or anything like that, or just having gay marriage. Like, gay marriage, that's what she was trying to talk
You
about.
should have just asked her if she eats In and Out. It's the same thing.
I'm pretty sure, well, In-N-Out wasn't brought up to topic, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty much the same thing, I bet. But pretty much it just went down the line. I'm like, okay, so who cares? Like, the food is good. I don't care if they hate gay people.
Yeah.
Hey, Amendment 1, right? And it's their business. They can do whatever they want with their business,
Yeah, you don't have to eat.
You don't have to eat their
want.
food, shit. I don't need to hear your
Didn't
ideology.
you kick her out?
It just ended with, where do you live?
No.
I just couldn't take it anymore.
No, that whole thing is stupid, and that's one of many issues. People feel like they need to be validated through everybody's eyes, including a company, and a company shouldn't have to. And this is exactly what I told those two new employees. A company should not be obligated to be involved in anything political. They're a company. They provide a service or a product, and unless that service or product is specifically politically oriented, then they shouldn't be obligated to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be completely A-okay to do so. I'm sorry. These people make coffee. What does that have to do with anything?
Hopefully my coffee supports
My coffee tastes so much better because they support Black Lives Matter.
I asked them to put LGBT in my coffee, and now it's delicious.
Ma'am, that's just soy.
Sir, that's just coom.
Oh, boy.
I had a few customers give me a hard time at work.
Really? Like what? Like how so?
So, all right. So, a little background in my field. I'm a parking manager, but I also help out customers too. Like an attendant also as well, because I'm the only one there at night. Anyways, so if somebody loses their ticket, they got to pay the max. I don't care how long you were there. I don't care where you went.
How much is the max though?
It's 18, which is pretty cheap compared to other places.
Oh yeah, dude. I pay $18 just to go for a doctor's visit sometimes.
Dang, see,
It's ridiculous.
And so a couple of them, for example, like going back to the topic we're talking about, they're African American, and they'll get very defensive and angry, but so far only two lately have used it's because I'm black that you're giving me a hard time, and I'm all like, no, all I see are parkers. You're all just cars in my parking lot. I don't care if you're African American, Asian, Hispanic, white, X, Y, and Z. You could be purple for all I care. You're a parker that lost your ticket. You're gonna pay 18.
Well, if he's purple, he might be like an Oompa Loompa or something. Oh, that's orange. My bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was gonna say you probably just drive under.
Yeah,
Go ahead, sorry.
But they'll just escalate it to.
Or they're from Nigeria if they're purple.
Oh, ew. Yeah.
Well then, yeah.
Well, now they know.
So, and I'll just go through my spiel, and, it is what it is, but it's just like, you're going to really pull the race card on me when I didn't, I don't care what color.
That's freaking parking.
Yeah, you're just a bunch of parkers to me. I don't care what race you are. It's not because you're black and
Well, that's the whole thing. Like I said, they need to feel validated, and they also want something. They use that card, and it doesn't matter if they're black or whatever. anybody who views themselves as a minority or an afflicted group, they love to use that crap. Usually, like I said, to feel validated in some shape or form, and or to get something out of it, a handout or something. And I'm like, it's just stupid. It makes no sense. Like I'm also technically a minority, and I have seen plenty. I've been treated in many different ways, and I couldn't give less of a crap about anything. Now, to be fair, if there was like this thing where it was like law that every time somebody brought up the "oh, poor me, it's a minority" card, you were legally obligated to give them $1 million, then I would use that like crazy, okay? But it would have nothing to do with me actually believing it. It would just be because, well, yeah, why not get free stuff? But, yeah, no, society right now is pandering to the wrong group of people.
Oh, so off the race thing, I'm surprised as to how immature people, of certain ages can be. I don't know how old this person was, but I'm just going to assume around our age, And this person used "it's my birthday." How old are you? 5? I was like, I don't.
It's my birthday.
I was like, happy birthday. Unfortunately, it doesn't make a difference to your parking situation right now.
What do you want? Freaking, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought it wasn't your birthday, so let me go prepare you a cake with some candles.
Bring my staff and let's sing you a
And
song.
actually, you know what? We're gonna for your birthday present. Not only are we gonna let you leave for free, but we're actually gonna give you your own reserved parking spot. So that way, anytime you come in, everybody knows it's the birthday boy.
It's
No, that's stupid.
the entitled people. I hate them. I don't care what their agenda is.
I mean, what you gonna do? They're just
I'd
people
love
like
to
that.
punch people, but I can't do that because that's illegal.
Hey, if they give me a hard time, I give them a hard time. I'll waste their time.
Wow, that was a whole lot of time.
What's so hard about paying $18 is what I'm trying to understand.
Well, to be fair, okay. Talking from
Okay.
poor man's position.
Before we get that,
alright, fine.
what kind of car were they driving?
It's some like early 2000 Jaguar. They weren't rolling.
A
in money.
Jaguar, and you're telling me they can't afford $18?
Yeah, no, you
gotta be kidding me,
he
dude.
He had a Gucci belt, whether it's fake or not. That's more than $18.
Even the fake ones are probably $18.
Yeah,
He had $18.
His sneakers, even fake sneakers, are going to be more than $18. You live in Southern California. You cannot tell me you have no money, which I get that a million times a day. Oh, I spent all my money. I have no money. Oh, I ain't got no money. Shut up. You have money. You just don't want to spend it on this.
This is actually brings me to another thing that's very similar, and it has to deal with this. Because I've been on the phone with you several times while you're dealing with customers. And the thing that I find really funny is that they'll go up to you and say, "Oh, I lost my ticket. Can I get out for free?" Essentially. And then you're like, "No, $18." And then either they're chill about it, and then you'll usually be like, "Okay, well, the lowest we can allow is $10." But when they're not chill about it, it's like, well, yeah, $18. Sorry, pay it up or you're not leaving. And it's funny because when you give them a hard time, and let's say they might have tried to argue the point with you, but you're standing your ground, all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, I'll go look for it again in my car." Oh, so maybe perhaps you didn't actually lose your ticket. Maybe, from what it sounds like to me, you lied about losing your ticket and expected that you were going to go and say, "Oh, I lost my ticket," and then for you to say, "Oh, okay, oh, I'm so sorry you lost your ticket. Wow, that must have been our fault somehow. We'll let you out for free." But no, they want free stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why I strongly believe that the same people that do that kind of crap are the same people that like to pull the race card or the minority or the oppression card, because they expect society to be like, "Oh, poor you. I guess we'll just hand everything over to you, though you didn't work for it."
Yeah.
So, anyways, people. Jan, take me somewhere nice.
Where do you want me to take you?
I don't know. What do you have?
You're already in a dark place.
I know, but take me somewhere nice.
Well, I don't know if I want to talk about homeless people right
Oh, no. The homeless in L.A., man.
I know. Well, I did have California here as a topic. But, since we're already on this topic, you guys ever see that video of that guy trying to pull up into his garage in San Francisco? And there's just a homeless encampment in front of his
Oh,
garage.
jeez.
No,
You guys
I've
ever
seen
seen
things
that?
like that. I don't know if I know.
I haven't seen that one.
Like, I could...
think.
I could complain about California. I mean, Southern California, Los Angeles specifically, but San Francisco seems to be hit pretty hard
It
with
is.
what's going on.
Well, no, San Francisco's been going down the drain real quick, real fast for a while now. To be fair, they've had plenty of issues with homelessness and drug usage and crime. I don't know if they're still number one, but for a while they had the number one highest crime rate throughout the entire U.S., which is weird. You don't think San Francisco and garbage, you know? You think, hey, San
I mean,
Francisco,
like,
that's kind of nice.
It's a city built on feces right now.
Yeah, basically, right now it is.
There's
It's terrible.
there's garbage everywhere. It just depends on where they're hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
that's
good.
the issue with San Francisco. They're not even hiding. They are literally roaming the streets out in public.
And they're the most aggressive homeless people I've seen in recent memory. Because like as I was watching the video, the guy was like honking at them to move away, and the guy just kicked the front of his bumper. He's like, "Hey."
Did you ever see that one video of, I think it was like it was a group of black people, and it was in San Francisco, and there was like this older Asian man who's, I guess, probably also homeless, like collecting cans and stuff.
Uh huh.
You ever see that one?
No, I don't think I've seen
Yeah,
that one.
no, they just completely bully the hell out of him. One black guy like steals some of his cans or something like that, and the guy recording and the other group that was with him were like trying to like say, "Oh, go get it back! Don't let him, don't let him take it! Don't let him take it or whatever." Not being a little bitch, and this old Asian man, you could tell is like, "Yeah, I do want my stuff back because that's money that I need," but then was also trying to be, mature about it and just walk away. But anyways, long story short, he does go back to try to take the stuff, and the black guy who took it started beating him over the head with like I think a stick or something, and all these thinking African Americans are all there trying to cheering it on and laughing and whatever, saying all this crap about this old Asian man, and nobody does a damn thing.
Oh yeah.
Nobody tries to help him out. Nobody does
I've
nothing.
seen that video. That one pissed me
Yeah.
off. Now I remember. Yeah, it was older.
But black people aren't racists, Also, San Francisco is great. I'm sorry, that doesn't look like a place I want to visit ever.
What I got out of the video wasn't so much, like black people aren't racist, more as shit comes in every color. Because I've seen
Shit does tend to be brown though.
Wait. Shit comes in every color?
Yeah.
That sounds like a disease or something.
Depending on the color.
Doctor, man.
Depending on the hate knows no color. That's the way I see it. Because I've seen some belligerent hood shit done by, Asians, white people. They're known as rednecks or
No, I agree. The reality is that every culture, every ethnicity has its garbage human beings. But my main topic was, even though I did kind of make it a race thing just because it's fun, it's just that San Francisco is in disarray right now. And it's unfortunate because it is a beautiful
most
place.
of California is.
Yeah,
And if
well,
anything,
most northern California, like towards Redding and all that, it's not too bad.
not too bad.
And I think Sacramento right now is still pretty decent.
Yeah.
But San Francisco for sure is garbage. LA's garbage. San Diego, meh. I haven't been there recently or really paid attention to any of their local politics right now, but it does seem like they're still pretty decent. Because especially right now with this whole COVID closure deal, I know that they're still pushing to stay open and keep their stuff running while still maintaining proper precautions, But yeah, it just is what it is. Hand me that sandwich. I'm gonna cut it up.
This one?
Yeah. What is this, Jan?
I don't know. I just saw it was like ham and cheese or something like that.
Yeah, some kind of Asian pastry with. What is it, like a croissant?
It seems like it. Everything looks like a croissant.
That's
in
true.
that place.
Yeah. But they are pretty good.
All right. So, are we done with the topic of California for the time being?
Well, you could go on. I feel like I can never shut up about it because here's the thing: I grew up hating, specifically LA. Once I got into high school, it kind of became bittersweet, and started to kind of enjoy it a little bit more. And then once I went out to Alaska for work, which we'll get into later, I realized, holy crap, I actually really do appreciate Los Angeles. So I do have this newfound love and respect for my home. But that doesn't mean that there's not a crap ton of stuff to complain about. So, you know, we can keep talking about it if you want. We
Los
don't have to.
Angeles.
Yeah.
Anyways, what are your thoughts about LA, Frank?
See, well, that's the thing. So, I mean, well, growing up where I lived originally, it wasn't the nicest area. You know, gangs and all that jazz.
Gang.
You know, and poverty was a little high. But then the gentrification movement started happening where I lived, and things started looking nicer.
And where was that?
It's a little place called Glasgow Park. Most people kind of know the area if you just say Highland Park. And if people live under a rock, it's between like L.A. and Glendale.
Oh yeah, Glendale's definitely getting gentrified.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised how it looks now since my recent visits.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, I never ran into any trouble with you know, the gang people and all that jazz. You know, I got jumped once. They didn't kill me or nothing. You know, I
Didn't
fought.
they take your hat?
Yeah, the hat.
They only jumped you for your hat?
No, the hat got lost in the skirmish.
Oh, okay.
They tried taking my wallet and my mod because I had one of those vape socks when it was cool.
Remember those?
Yeah, and but I didn't let him. But then it turned into a fist fight, and then just during the fist fight, you know, I managed to break loose, and my hat went missing, so that sucked. And it was my favorite hat too at the time.
It was an Obey hat.
No,
All the edgelords.
nah. But you know, that was really my only negative encounter besides me hating the taggers. They were fucking little shits.
Oh, yeah, they always are.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll say. Oh, sorry. Continue.
No, so I mean, besides that, I've always loved living where I live. You know, that's my childhood area. And, you know, there was homeless people here and there and the crazies, but LA itself, I've always loved. Now, I've, you know, gone to other parts, you know, not too often, but like Rancho or...
Cucamonga.
Yeah, or Ontario or whatever. And over there, it's like, there's nothing to do, you know? This is boring. There's nothing to do, so...
Hey, yo, your story's cool enough, but this sandwich, or like, whatever this is,
I just assumed it was pizza flavor. Is that
nah,
what it is?
dude, it's bomb. Sorry, your story doesn't matter anymore.
Okay.
What a selfish prick, isn't he?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
no, I forgot how good these are.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
I treated this guy at the dinner last night, and he treats me like shit now. Ungrateful.
It was
bastard.
Taco Bell, okay?
Oh.
You might have treated my taste buds well, but you didn't treat my butthole well.
You're the
okay?
one that asked for it. You were like, you know what? I want my
My
butthole
options
to
were low.
stretch. Your uncle. What is this?
Oh, I have to go for the good piece, huh?
Oh.
Uh-huh. See? Karma.
More.
Oh, you fat whore. Oh, okay, never mind.
I'll wait.
No, have it right now.
Why now?
Then that was the topic.
Announce the topic as I'm eating.
Mm-hmm.
I like onions.
No,
Right.
not announce the topic. This is the topic.
The top. I don't even know what this is.
I know. Eat it now.
Definitely having it.
Yes. Great. Great observation.
No, it's good. It's good.
So yeah, so I mean, and I mean, I've gone also to like Arizona to visit another cousin, and that was fun hanging out with him. But there wasn't much to do out there. So all we did was just get drunk and play video games, which I wasn't complaining. But besides that, I mean, like the coolest thing they had was like a Dave and Buster's in a movie theater.
Yeah.
Arizona, really?
Yeah, so that's why I just can't imagine myself living anywhere else, because like literally within like 30 minutes you can get to anything that is fun that you want to do here.
I don't know about that.
Well, depending on the traffic, of course. But like if I
Oh,
want
that
to,
too, and we're talking about fun. I don't know about that.
well, fun is subjective. I like airsofting. I like writing. Writing in general is fun.
That's
for
why
me.
you're a faggot.
I was
When was the
writing
last time you ever went airsofting?
a long time ago, to be completely honest. But there is a field that is still open that a lot of my old former airsoft friends and coworkers that used to work at another field started up their own airsoft field. So I'm gonna head out there because they're still open for business.
Rather during COVID and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you just wear a face mask anyway.
Yeah, you're wearing a mask. It's not like you're huddling with your friends anyways. I mean, it's mostly like speed soft, so it's not like you're stacking up on a door, touching butts to nuts. You know? And the rounds are quick, and everyone goes for a breather outside.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to get my gun put together, and then we'll be all set. I'm wondering if shooting ranges are open.
Yeah.
They are. They are.
Oh, gosh, shoot. I'm going to go do that.
Well, I guess if we're talking about the positivities of Los Angeles, I guess I will say, since Los Angeles to me is like kind of like a melting pot where like a lot of people just seem to want to converge to. You meet a lot of different types of people, and every once in a while you meet that stranger that you just vibe with.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any stories of just vibing with a random stranger in LA?
There was this one faggot named Jan that I met in high school.
Oh, you douchebag!
Oh, that you? Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, totally. Quite often, really.
Specifically recent. Maybe not too recent, but recent.
Well, what's recent? No, I don't know.
Well, not during COVID. At least last year.
I was gonna ask if a coworker counts, but
Well, that counts. That counts.
all right. Well, this one dude found out that he was a
Faggot.
bit of, yeah, basically a little bit of weeb trash, which
Just
is kind
like
of
you.
interesting because did not give off. Well, part of him kind of gave off those vibes, but I didn't really expect it. It wasn't until I came in with my Japangelis hat that it kind of became evident. But in general, though, no, I've had quite a few encounters with people where I tend to expect the worst from people in any scenario, especially driving. But just in general, especially considering today's climate and everything with politics and all that jazz. But there have been many, many times where I've been pleasantly surprised, and that might have been with music. Like, again, going back to Uber. That's an amazing little social experiment in a way. Came across tons of people that, kind of like we were on the same page with musical interests, which for a long time it was pretty much just you and I, you being Jan, were like our musical interests were very, very off the beaten path, but also just like, very similar in as far as you and I go.
It's just music, man.
Well, I know, but see, I've always been in the mindset.
I feel like I'm always on the opposite end of the spectrum, where like I feel like when people connect with music, like, oh, you like the same bands, or you meet a girl, it's like, oh, you like the same music.
You say those things, but I guarantee you, if you came across somebody else that loved Boris, okay, you would also be immediately like, holy crap, that's cool.
Well, that's just one band. Anything else, I'm like, eh.
Well, what I'm saying
The
is,
last girl I talked to was like, oh, I love the Killers. Like, you want to go watch the Killers? I'm like,
you only sing one song from the Killers ever.
I want to kill myself.
Yeah.
Well, it's the reason why I pick it is not because I'm a fan of it. It's just the fact that everyone just seems to react to it. And you don't want to be the weirdo doing karaoke and picking the song. I love this song. But then it just rubs off everyone on the wrong way.
I don't care.
Like like if you sing Creed, like come on, dude.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's a completely different level.
Or Creed, or like another song.
I've straight up sung like everybody else is singing their stupid yay happy times music, and then all of a sudden I come up with freaking Frank Sinatra in the wee small hours.
He's too drunk to hear the booze.
Yeah.
Boo!
But
faggot off the stage.
But yeah, so in general, yes, I would say I've had many, many encounters with people that I was not expecting to get along with and ended up getting along with. What about you, Frank?
So anyways, sorry for a second.
Oh!
To the karaoke thing, I'll be honest, like everything I sing is just cringy. Remember when I tried to sing like Dancing Queen in a really obnoxiously high pitched
I
voice?
have that somewhere.
And it pissed off this white guy from across the room that he walked over and picked the mic from my hand. I'm like, dude, I'm not singing seriously. Chillax.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I just can't do karaoke, and that's kind of odd because I grew up, ever since I was like a pretty much a little boy with Filipino families.
Doesn't have to be like Filipino or anything.
No, I know,
You just have like a.
That's my experience with karaoke.
You're just concerned of being shameful in public. That's it. Unfortunately for me, I don't really give a shit.
I'm not shameful. One, I don't like my own singing voice. So
my voice is terrible. It doesn't stop me.
So I'm a shower singer, but at the same time, the type of music that I like, or at least at the time or whatever, is not what I consider karaoke. I'm right.
See, back to the karaoke friendly thing. You don't want to be the weird guy where everyone's watching. Like this guy.
What it sounds like to me, and this is funny because this is completely off topic of what we're supposed to be talking
Coldplay.
about. But you are of the type of person that's mindset is, I want to sing what I think is good, and I want to sing it well, which a lot of people suffer from that illness. It is an illness. It's a disease, and it hurts everybody who's just trying to have fun. Okay, Karaoke doesn't have to be that way. I know that there are people that think that way. But literally, like, the most fun you can have doing any sort of karaoke is just, yeah, you can still sing the stuff that you want to sing, usually, as long as they, the catalog has it. Which, a lot of these Asian ones, they have surprisingly huge amount of stuff that you would think they wouldn't have. But, on top of that, nobody cares if you're singing poorly.
Yeah.
Obviously, you do get maybe more applause or maybe a couple free drinks if you sing it super well.
Okay, well,
but
let's put it this way for me. All right, well, when I experimented with karaoke with my friends or whatever, I was really
Experiment. It's making it sound like a drug.
no, okay, well, because I was like trying to be open-minded about doing it. I was really, really into metal at the time, so I was singing Metallica songs, and for example, I was doing "Search and Destroy." That was the longest.
That's
the
where you're
longest-
mistaken.
Yeah,
You
the
don't pick
long-
Search and Destroy.
The longest song of me singing the same thing over and over again for like 5.
And did that open your eyes to maybe the possibility that that actually wasn't such a great song?
Well, no, it's great when the band
Yeah,
does
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But for karaoke, no, and that very much went in line with any of the metal songs.
I mean, you just. Majority of the time, I feel like you just shouldn't sing metal songs anyway in karaoke.
Yeah.
It doesn't translate well because in a metal song, they'll have that long 4 or 5 minute solo. You're just standing there awkwardly.
That's true.
With the mic.
And it's not even, it's usually 9 times out of 10 a garbage cover, so it just,
Yeah.
it just destroys
Yeah, I
the
don't
song.
think anyone realizes how hard it is to scream into a damn microphone.
Yeah.
They're really like.
That's why, you have to try it with a group of friends where everybody's kind of intoxicated, preferably a decent amount of Asians around, because they're the ones that don't judge at all. And
Trust me, I know.
sing like Barbie Girl, or sing like some stupid other song, or sing a song that you like. It doesn't matter. But
Or-
just like
Or
have
sing the white girl national anthem, Mr. Brightside.
Oh, Mr. Brightside,
Have all-
yeah.
That's why I always pick that song. I'm like, yeah, you go.
Yeah,
Valley
and that's
Girls.
the whole thing. It's just like, and then you just let loose to an extent without getting too crazy. But, because again, I used to have the same mindset, like, I can't sing in public and I can't do this, whatever. And to some degree, like, if we have like a private room, I'll sing whatever, it doesn't matter.
Well,
But
that's-
on those
that's
open
different,
mic, bars, it is a little bit more difficult, and I gotta have a little extra courage juice. But I go into it knowing that, I'm not going to be singing this very well,
Well, I mean, if I get invited to something now, I'm gonna be the dude singing all the Disney songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legitimately, that is completely A-okay.
I feel
You're
like-
a complete homosexual for doing it, but,
That's like
people are
that's
down
like
with
a
that.
character for like if a karaoke was like a video game.
Hey, that one girl.
Disney
she,
guy.
she sang Disney songs all the time.
Who?
Portia.
Oh, this guy again.
Oh, I named dropped. Oh, well.
I don't know. who
No,
it is.
I don't care for this. I don't want to touch this topic.
What was it?
No.
It was fun.
That was fun, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forget. Forget it.
Whatever.
I don't want to be a dick.
Why?
So what
I didn't
about-
expect anything out of it.
So what about European cars?
That's not true.
No. I was hoping there could be something, but I was not expecting it.
Anyways, back to karaoke, everyone. Public karaoke. Would you guys do it at this point? Well, okay. Do you think you'd have the courage to ever do it sober?
It would depend on the people there. If I knew everyone,
No,
yes.
then that's a no.
I
That's a no because regardless of who's
But
there.
but again, I still it depends on my mood. There have been times where I've done it sober with you there,
yeah, with me there. I'm
But-
talking about if you're by yourself.
completely by myself.
Yeah. Because I've
And
done-
I don't even know the bartender.
Yeah, I have done that on occasion.
That's probably a no.
actually that reminds me. What? Have you guys seen the movie Sing?
No, I didn't know
yes.
that was a movie.
It was Universal. It had like animals. You've seen it, right? Sing.
Yeah, I have.
I still stand.
Yeah.
So all right. So I wasn't sober at the time, but I was at a restaurant that I used to like in Alhambra, and me and the bartender, totally like
To
do
start kissing.
No.
What does this have to do with singing?
He was singing into my cock mic. No, but we just totally duetted that song.
You're doing it to yourself, buddy.
We did.
Yeah.
We
We
did
completely analyzed that song.
it came up on the soundtrack or whatever that was playing in the restaurant,
All right.
and we just totally like duetted, whatever how you would say that. And so that was the last time I guess you could say I did like karaoke. But like I said, I wasn't sober.
Right.
Now I probably would, but like I would want people to know what the hell I'm singing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, or just don't give a shit. Okay, so here's my story. The day that I sang by myself at a karaoke bar. Well, I wasn't completely by myself. So the story is recent breakup, a little depressed. I go out with a couple of my friends. They're going bowling. A little bit bored. I don't really feel like bowling. So I step outside, realize there's a karaoke open mic happening next door. So I go in there, sit down. I'm just sitting there, just depressed. And for some reason, something compelled me to go sing, like, Californication. And it was the quietest room ever, because they could tell that I was really sad because the way I was singing it.
Damn, I wish I was there.
Man, Californication.
Just breaks into tears and gets on his knees and cries.
Wait, was this your ex after the last one?
Yeah, this was a true story,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
And I just remember, true story, the guy, some random stranger, like probably lonely himself, some biker guy with the leather jacket,
Nice.
decides nothing happened. He's like, hey bro, like I just wanted to buy you a Blue Moon. It takes courage to sing like that by yourself.
Oh,
Like,
dude, that's dope.
Oh, that's cool. Hey.
That's cool. I thought he was gonna touch you or something.
Oh no, you fucking
Okay.
asshole. But yeah, that was a true story. And the funny thing is, I got a text that night from my buddies. They're like, "Where the hell are you? Where you go?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I'm next door." And like, "What the hell are you doing over there?" I'm just like, "Oh, I'm just singing karaoke." You know what I mean?
That's pretty cool.
So, I don't know. For me, when I think of public open mic karaoke, I just think, okay, screw it. I've had a bad week. Here's me venting out and yelling at random strangers
Yeah.
in a very aggressively toned way of singing Californication. Dream of...
Like I said, I think I could, but it would be under very certain circumstances that I would be able to do.
I think you would be able to if you went in with the mindset of, I just want to yell right now.
Yeah, but then I'd probably choose something stupid like Slayer or something.
I mean, that's still yelling.
See, that was shit I was done.
Yeah.
I was choosing the wrong songs for karaoke.
Well, okay, well, if that's the case, if you're just being cathartic about it, then yeah, go by all means.
In general,
sing Search
though,
and
I
Destroy.
think this karaoke is my words. Karaoke is a wonderful thing, and not to be too homo, but the times that Jan and I have gone have been some of my more favorite moments.
Mainly me just being a dumbass on...
Well, no, either you and or me or both, or sometimes everybody around us. Like, there's been a couple times where, one time in particular, you were singing Mr. Brightside, like always, and literally everybody in the room started singing along. That kind of stuff is dope to me. I don't know why. It's like the stupidest thing, but it's great.
Because it kind of brings you back to, like, ye olden times where all you had was just your mead and just singing along.
Absolutely. Ooh, mead, by the way. Maybe next time.
Perhaps.
Switch it up from the Japanese stuff and go to some mead.
Perhaps. Well, we gotta finish the ball first.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the reason why I enjoy karaoke. And you always shit on me for picking the Killers. I'll say again, I'm not a fan of the Killers.
No, I know
but if
that.
I want to get...
But at least change it. Like, okay, fine. You're only going to sing the Killers.
And by
because
the
it's a
way,
hit?
it wasn't Mr. Brightside. It was When You Were Young that I got the whole
Oh,
first thing.
you're right. Yeah. You're right.
And you know what? If I wasn't... I think I was already dating at the time. Never mind.
No. That one was right before.
Well, anyways, I got all the Asian ladies to sing along, so that was a win-win in my book.
Hey, pimp.
There's like 2 Asian ladies there.
Whatever.
Hey, that's more than none.
That's more than you.
Wow. Okay.
Only time I ever seen him woo an Asian one was when we were at a Japanese restaurant and he was speaking broken Japanese and she's like, "Oh, your Japanese is so good."
Your Japanese good.
Well, on the inside, she's in the back of her. She's like, "Fucking terrible ass weeb. I just want a good tip right now."
No.
She was
I'll
she
give
was
her a
playing
good
for
tip.
the tip.
Oh, you got the tip.
Yeah, you wish.
Um,
If only you heard our previous episode. We were talking about another Japanese
Oh
waitress.
man.
You know the funny
That was
thing
mostly Jan's fault though,
is, how's it my fault?
because you encouraged me.
What's wrong with encouraging a friend to go do something he wouldn't do?
Easy. Would you encourage your friend to go?
Okay,
and do
ask-
methamphetamines? Maybe.
That's drastically different from what I from what I was gonna say.
Asian women are his method vans.
Oh God, you're pathetic, man.
Yeah, I
You're,
know.
It's just,
That's fine. It's just the screen turning off. No. Because okay, so the first two stories. One from today. Actually, the one from today was actually reoccurring. I just didn't realize
no, not the girl from the bakery.
No, it's a good story.
No!
Now I have Frank to tell it to. It's a good story. So then the first story.
Calm down and then say it.
All right, sorry. So the first story, we already mentioned in episode 2, but like Japanese waitress, the tapas place that we do frequent.
Tapas, not topless.
Tapas.
Tapas.
Cute Asian girl that he likes. I'm trying to hype him up. Like, you should go talk to her, buddy. So of course, things I always normally do is, screw it, he's not gonna do it. I'm just gonna throw him under the bus.
That's a real friend.
Yeah. And I've done this on several occasions throughout our friendship. Three. And I always do it.
It worked out once, only kind of.
What was it when it worked out?
Portia, the bartender.
Oh, that's 4 then. Oh wait, no,
that's
it's
3.
3. The
Yeah.
fourth, the one I'm thinking of didn't count because I didn't do anything yet because I keep forgetting.
You miss
Okay,
100% of the
If you were
shots you
there.
don't take.
I know.
I keep forgetting. Anyways, yeah. So, she comes over, take her order. We have like another round of sake. I think we're on our 3rd round or something, 4th round. And why is it that on silent? You son of a bitch!
Sorry. My first episode.
Party foul, bro.
Okay,
Party
there.
foul.
Now it's on silent.
Party foul. Anyways, so taking order, 4th round of sake, and she's like, "Oh, anything else I could get you?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, so my friend here wanted to ask you something."
And I didn't.
No, he did. You remember you did.
I was thinking about it.
No, you did.
Maybe.
You just didn't execute it well because the first
I
question,
had a feeling.
her answer was already like, "Oh crap, what am I?" I almost felt terrible because I threw him under the bus. No, I'm lying. I didn't feel terrible at all. It was hilarious. I think, if I recall, I don't think he remembers. You remember what he did? He said, he said things
let
along
you
the
say
line
it.
of, "Do you have a boyfriend?"
Are you seeing anybody? I
Or
think
so-
is what I said. Something
along the
those
same
lines.
lines. And immediately she's like, "Yes."
Yeah, we're gonna say-
It was at first I was like, "Oh crap!" She'd given the awkward yes, like, "Oh no, I'm in an awkward situation." No, but nope, I was wrong. The other night we were there, we saw her without her waitress outfit, and to my surprise,
That's
I'm like,
that's when
"Oh
she
my
was
lord,
with the douche.
the supreme boy, the hype boy."
Hype beast.
She was the
dog.
hype beast.
Yeah.
Snapbacks.
I come to America to find good American man who wears supreme. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that was. Like I said, I had a feeling because prior to all of that, we had seen her outside talking to another guy, and
No, but that wasn't the same guy.
right. But I'm not saying it was. What I'm saying
Oh.
is my
I just
tingly
assumed-
spidey senses were already telling me she probably is already taken.
I just assumed she had a smoke buddy out there because that woman could smoke. I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
yeah,
For a small Asian woman, they all can.
If I'm not mistaken, she was smoking Marlboro Reds.
Yeah, Jesus.
So good for her.
Ha ha, my tongue.
But yeah, so that was. That
I mean,
was
she
the
doesn't
fun
sound like that. Honestly, it's more ASMR to him apparently.
one. Yeah.
The funny thing is, I found like an ASMR video of like this Japanese girl just speaking to a mic, and immediately like I said it as a joke, like look at this bullshit,
It was pleasant.
and immediately he's like, give me the link.
It was so pleasant. Here's the thing. The Japanese language is very interesting to me, and obviously I'm super biased, but spoken by an attractive Japanese woman, it does amazing things to your ear holes, okay? Just like that
okay.
story I told you about from when I was doing Uber, and that Japanese girl and
Oh,
I,
boy.
she was here visiting, and we were hitting it off. We had
I give you one
it was a
stop.
shared ride. It was a shared ride, so we dropped off her friend. And then she started talking to me, and we started whatever, and kind of connected a little bit. Pleasant conversation. We stopped, got to her location, and she continued to talk for like a good 20 minutes or so, even after getting there. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I've always said that the ones that I actually have a chance with are the ones that are not from here, and they always go back home. And it sucks, but
He thinks that because they're,
Yeah.
they're
But
probably just
possibly.
playing it off.
possibly. But anyways,
I
so at the
give you-
very end, when she,
Probably in the
when she-
back of her head, she's like, "Thank God I'm
after
leaving."
20 minutes of talking or whatever, finally closing up, and she gets out of the car. She's sitting right behind me, and as she gets out, she comes right up, like where behind the driver's seat and like the door, and she goes, "Oyasu and totally right up in my ear hole, and like that's not an accident. You knew exactly what you were doing. So either one, you're an ASMR YouTuber and I don't know it, okay, or something. But anyways, yes, it sent freaking chills, okay, happy chills, but chills nonetheless.
For some reason, I feel like she just leaned over and went, "Ho ho."
I would have just been like, "Oh, what the fuck did you just say to me?"
Yeah.
The hell? You fucking gook, bitch.
I love them. Zipperheads is actually what they're called.
Yeah, zipperheads. Yeah, I remember that. World War II.
Yep.
Anyways,
Hey, we can educate people on the origins of derogatory terms.
yeah, like Kaika was like a circle they had in
Yeah.
Ellis Island.
Oh,
or
don't
something.
let.
What?
I'm so tempted to just reenact that one podcast from what's his face, Kyle and something. He's like, 'cause they were talking about that how the kike came from the circle because they would write a circle or whatever, and so the Jewish or Hebrew thing for that was keikel, so they just started calling them kikes. And then is this gonna be the one?
The what? You want to go on this rant right now?
No,
I thought we were having a wholesome conversation about your failures with Asian women.
I wanted to reenact the thing.
He
with the,
just
with the
wants to get out of this.
No, I wanted to talk about the N word, but then
Let's cancel ourselves before we
Yeah,
even kick
right?
off.
yeah, I think that's
okay, fine. We'll
back
save
to the
it.
Asian
We'll save
women.
it.
So
Asian
apparently, okay, so that was actually that's still pretty recent. Actually,
Which one?
We're talking about the bar, the Asian
Bar.
waitress.
Urakamu? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
that was
That's
semi-recent.
still
That was like last
semi-recent.
year, but
Well, I keep forgetting because we were at that market today. There's this, for some reason, this Asian woman at this bakery
yeah.
that he's been eyeballing. I keep forgetting about
cute.
it. I'm gonna throw you under the bus next
go
time.
for it.
by
I'm
the way.
okay with that one.
I'm gonna order like
I have a job now.
I'm gonna order the fattest piece of bread and be like, "Hey, do you know what this looks like?" This baguette looks like my friend's penis because he wants to.
Oh my god.
Because he wants to put it inside of you. By the way, he's over there. He's hiding behind the.
He's so cute though, but
You know the funny thing? I was joking last time because she had like a mask on. I'm like, dude, what if she's like a. She has like a tentacle under there.
yeah, no. I told you today because we went in, we bought stuff, and then I was like, oh crap, that was her. I completely forgot that I even had a thing for this.
And
chick.
it hit me as well because, oh crap, why didn't I throw you under the
Yeah.
bus?
So, but then I was like, wait a minute. Before I do anything, I need to at least see what's under the mask because
Just a tentacle.
yeah, it could be some weird stuff going on under there, and I could, yeah. Hey, that could come in handy.
You know, you should join in this national pastime I have.
What's that?
Just throwing him under the bus.
yeah, probably.
I like how 3 times is your pastime.
No, because I keep forgetting is my problem.
Well, that's not my fault. You have freaking Alzheimer's.
No, because like I'm just oblivious to it, but I keep forgetting that's something that I did enjoy doing. Now, hopefully, it's beneficial for you is what I'm hoping for.
Your girlfriend still hasn't done it.
Done what?
Remember, she was supposed to be my wingman
Your wingman. Oh.
twice and twice.
She can't fucking help you. She's a loser too.
I know. Especially the way that night went down.
Actually,
Anyways,
no. I
well,
take that back. She has a lot of attractive friends.
From what you've said,
Not-
only about 3.
Not from her birthday party.
I know. There was only one at her birthday party.
There's a lot of other ones there.
I
Her
could've sworn you only made it seem like 3.
coworkers mainly.
Oh, well, that's different.
I'll-
Coworkers are different.
Joe, please don't listen to this. I'm sorry.
Why? Frank was talking.
Why?
What did I
mean?
do with the price of tea in China?
What?
You never heard that saying?
What did you say?
What do I have to do with the price of tea in China? I mean, in other words, what do I have to do with anything?
Oh, I was trying to shift the blame over to you, but I guess that didn't go too smoothly.
No, it didn't. It did not.
Oh well.
So anyways, Yes. Next time we all go out, you should enjoy me. Enjoy me.
No, but you have to do it.
Don't mind if I do.
Whoa!
You should join me in throwing this guy under the bus. Whenever you got to be careful now, because whenever you say, "Oh, she's cute," like, okay,
Yeah,
all
but
right,
see,
go.
okay, no, but listen.
Do it.
It has to be no.
Do it.
If you're gonna do it, you have to teach him your ways because Jan does kind of have a way of doing it in such a way that I can respect it, and it's not so douchey that I am gonna be like, "Oh, screw you." Then I'll actually play along. If you just straight up be like, you go walk to some homosexual dude, and be like, "Hey, my cousin over there, he really wants to lick that butthole." I'm not gonna play along. Okay, but
boy pussy.
I know. I'm just gonna do it with the husky, maybe a little less.
no
subtractive.
huskies, no huskies.
Oh
You know,
boy.
Yeah,
Jan
so-
at least
so-
understands my likings.
No, I know your likings too.
how
But the thing is that
Matt,
well, this girl will actually pursue
How
you.
about you explain to Frank how I do things? Why? Why no? Stop blowing into the damn microphone. Will you?
Because that makes me feel weird.
Why? Why is it weird?
I don't know. Here's the thing. Jan has a very nonchalant, I don't give a crap about literally anything that's happening around me. To a fault. Okay?
That's kind of
He has screwed me over many times because of that. It's not necessarily that he's trying to be a dick, but he's just a dick. So,
Are you talking about that night with those two girls?
plenty. There's multiple nights. One night that you actually apologized for, which made me feel good. Anyways,
What night was that?
that's another story. Anyways, but
Stop burping in the damn microphone, please.
I'm not. It's up
Keep-
there.
Keep it professional. They can still hear that.
It's like
No.
his fifth time burping.
God damn.
Anyways,
What's next? A fart?
maybe.
No, don't do it.
Oh, I could put it.
No, we're
Anyways,
Anyway.
back to the topic. Go.
Yeah, Jan doesn't care about much, so he kind of goes into it with a certain attitude that's really difficult to explain, but it's very natural to him. It's not, he didn't have to rehearse.
Rehearse?
it.
You didn't have to rehearse. I can't say that word.
Rehearse.
It or anything. And whatever happens with nothing there. Plus, there is the other thing which I said. He knows what I like, and that sounds super gay. But
What
we
is
have
that?
shared the same bed.
Don't touch me. What does that even mean?
Well, you understand the type of lady
Asian
people.
women?
Well, no, there's been white ones.
No, I don't think it's the fact that it's Asian women or white women. It's just whoever you obsess about.
Well,
you
you're
can't
not gonna introduce me to like a darker one or a fat one,
No, I won't.
right? Because you know that.
Because no, not because of you. Because I know myself. I wouldn't want to talk to them.
At least you're honest, brother.
Yeah. If we're talking about not giving a crap, then yeah, that's where that
Ooh,
goes.
let's talk about one that I actually regret.
What? What's the one you regret?
We've
I
already.
know this. It's interesting because like this conversation was being asked by like two guys who was like are committed. So now we're just like hearing this like forbidden fruit now.
Whatever. I just don't even care anymore. Anyways,
Forbidden fruit.
a little Anime Expo.
There's two snakes in here. I'm sorry. What?
Do you remember
What about it?
Anime Expo 2011? I think it was.
See, you
We
say
went-
Anime Expo, and I don't care much for that.
But you
bullshit.
did, and you do, and you're a lying whore. But that's okay.
Am I a
'cause
lying whore?
People will figure it out eventually.
Lying about what?
Because you did care, and you do care a little bit. Anyways, you cared enough to go, you queer. Anyways,
I
Anyways!
care enough to go for a new experience.
You-
but
no, you legitimate.
You
no,
probably go for the same.
I
reason
have video footage of you literally geeking out over certain cosplayers. Okay, so you shut your damn mouth. You
yeah,
lying
my
whore.
day one, and then you go back to like the second time I gone there, and I'm just over everything
Yeah,
already.
because at that point you were with a girlfriend. It's
Oh,
always different when
yeah.
you go with a girlfriend.
Oh yeah, I think it was me just being miserable that I
Yeah.
was with someone.
Anyways,
This sucks.
so the first time we went,
okay.
you were not with anybody, and you enjoyed yourself to a stupid degree, and I have video evidence of all of it. Anyways, we went to
sounds-
like a nightclub thing. That
Oh,
was like,
I
that
know where
was
this is
associated
going.
with the event, and he actually went out of his way. Well, I was just
You were
down
still-
with
you were
drinking.
still awkward and just.
I was a
didn't
little
wanna
bit
talk to
awkward, but I
anyone.
was
You
I was
still
just
are.
like,
Wait, I was gonna say that never went away.
well, it's shifted into something slightly different, but it's still 100% awkward.
Yeah, prostitution.
Anyways, yeah. So, I'm just drinking, having a good time. Whatever the music was playing was pretty chill. He disappears. I don't know what the hell happened to him. And all of a sudden, a few minutes pass, and he comes back out of the blue and is like, Matt, I found two girls. I'm like, what? are they attractive? I was like, yeah, they're actually kind of attractive. And so I invited one, like, I wanted to dance with one, but she's like, she has a friend, and she's also attractive too, but like, she told me that she's not going to dance unless her friend has somebody to dance with. So you want to come? And I said, no.
Why the hell?
I don't know why. I don't know
Doesn't
why
even
I
matter
said
how
no.
hard you try.
But in the end, it doesn't even matter, man. But no, yeah.
Oh yeah,
it
I
was
do remember.
super
You
weird.
still remember that?
I still remember
I
that.
don't remember. See, like how like he holds things in his head. For
Here's the
this
thing. You
long period of
remembered.
time.
You remembered as recently as 3 years ago. Okay, so it wasn't that long ago that you forgot. But
I mean, I don't remember it until you brought it.
you
up.
brought it up the last time.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
That was 3 years ago.
Right, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, 3
that
years
event
ago-
happened even further along.
That lapse of memory 3 years ago is not like it's not solid for me. You know that.
Obviously. Anyways, but
Oh, yeah, I
no.
forgot about that.
It's not something like I cry over every night, or is it? But it is something that when it does cross my mind, I'm like, man, what a freaking loser.
One of his regrets.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
You know, did you ever wonder that if you actually accepted that dance, that my life would have turned out differently?
Yeah, and I would have had babies.
That went from really kind of wholesome and deep or whatever to just bleh.
Disgusting. No, but if you,
Yeah, no.
no, if you think about
When
it,
you think about like the butterfly effect type deal, yeah,
yeah.
no, of course, that's why.
No, because if you think about it, like you said no that night, and I ended up with a certain someone from high school. Okay,
yeah,
see how that kind of weighs
yeah,
down.
which was like a weird little love triangle.
That
and I
was-
had to exit the group,
I suppose.
and then you broke up with me for 4 years.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care. Every choice I made led up to this decision, so I don't regret anything. But back to the whole decision-making thing and the butterfly effect.
Yes.
Can you imagine,
That'd be weird.
some crazy ass, like, you know, weird tangent future that we have if we actually decided, or you actually decide to say yes? Can you imagine if that ended up turning into like, oh, this is the person that you met from Anime Expo through me?
Would have been very interesting.
That would have been like, I know it's
Intriguing.
it's a weird thought to have.
No, but I love those thoughts because
Right.
it literally, like anything that you can look back on and admit, dang it, I regret that, based off of your decision.
It's
Not,
not pointing at the shoes.
yeah, not his, not his Adidas RMDs. But yeah, no, just like a certain decision that you can easily look back in your memory and be like, dang it, I wish I would have done that. It is an intriguing thing to kind of go down that rabbit hole because that one thing could have completely altered your timeline. Could have completely altered your personality or your current standing in society in either a great way or a really bad way, or maybe in a completely stagnant way. I don't know, but yeah, it is kind of a funny thing to think about sometimes.
You know. Speaking of first Anime Expo,
Steins Gate.
you remember was that the one we went to, like the Vocaloid concert? Was that the first one?
Yeah.
Do you remember when I ended up sitting somewhere else, and I had another occasion where I was talking to another girl, with like she had like this big teddy wolf, and then for some weird reason like she left it there. I don't know what I did.
Oh
with it.
yeah.
It's like a. Oh no! I didn't remember what I did with it. I gave it to my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah,
I don't
what a
know.
weenie.
Yeah, it was weird. There's this random girl that sitting by herself, like, cause like I ended up pretty much in the crap seats because I showed up late.
Yeah.
I was literally just sitting by myself in the what do they call it, the bleachers, whatever,
Nosebleed.
nosebleed. There you go. I could see the concert, and I'm literally just there in the dark by myself. Man, this sucks. Music's cool, I guess. And this random girl, like, dressed up as, I don't know what anime character, but, like, blue hair. I guess the teddy bear. I think it was, like, Digimon inspired. Because I think she had, like, this giant wolf thing that's supposed to be her Digimon. Just randomly sits next to me. And the weird thing is, I don't remember much of the concert, because I spent the majority of that concert just talking to her. And then when the concert ended and she had to go, she left her teddy bear there, or whatever, you know, stuffed animal. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh shit, I just spent this entire time just talking to her. I don't think I really listened to any of the music.
Yeah.
So that was like, oof. That was an interesting anime
She
expo.
probably had all of her fluids on that.
Perhaps, maybe. But you know what?
She was so love struck she forgot her toy.
Very.
I did. If we're talking about regrets, I kind of wish I asked her name and number that night. But never
Or how
happened.
about that other regret?
What other regret?
Redhead.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Don't worry, Joe. He's kidding. I think.
I don't think She wouldn't listen to this knowing that
No, probably
you're on
not.
the fucking my podcast.
Your podcast, all of a sudden you're claiming
Okay, our podcast.
our podcast, you dumb queer. I've been the one trying to get you in on it for like, what, a year and a half?
Yeah,
2
but
years now?
hey, who's doing all the editing right
For
now?
now, because I am a poor minority. Give me free stuff.
It'd be nice if someone could help me with all this, because it's gonna be a lot of work for
I
me.
know,
Okay.
I know.
If you got any old spare parts to build me a rig,
No, he has my old spare parts.
Why did you give it to him? He's
Because I'm going to be the one picking up
He
the,
bought it.
the slack.
He bought it.
Yeah.
But he hasn't
And-
done anything with it yet, so I gotta wait.
Well, yeah. It's only been less like a week.
Yeah.
A week, literally. Anyway. But yeah.
About the
Past
redhead?
things. Yeah. Well, we can move on. I didn't actually.
I mean, I don't mind. I'm not hiding anything. That was a long time ago.
But you did say damn it. Or something.
Damn it, in the sense that if I only knew what I was going to end up with my current one at the time, that's the damn it part.
Mm-hmm.
Another damn it part was she gave me her business card because she was a tattoo artist. Because after the
Imagine
class,
a tapped up Jan.
no, I want to get a tat.
No.
I
No,
can't.
no.
I don't like.
Oh,
tats.
they could tattoo like muscles.
What?
No, no, I don't want to do tats. I don't like tats. Anyways, yeah, she gave me, so class ended, we vibed out. She was pretty cool, surprisingly, because she seems kind of a scary person at first.
What?
To me, she was. She's white. White people scary. No, I didn't mean that.
Intimidating.
Yeah, so at the end of it, well, I should have known what was going on, because, whenever she would speak to me, the current one would go ballistic about it. Should have known already. That's already a red flag.
Yeah.
Anyways, at the end of it, finals and everything, we did our little speech thing in front of class. And I was going to leave it where I was like, okay, see you later, you know what? She's like, oh, it'd be cool if we hung out or kept in contact. So she gave me her business card so I can contact her and all that stuff. And I remember the last conversation she had was kind of weird in the sense that she's hinting at something, if you know what I mean. Which is weird because in my head at the time, being the awkward Asian kid as I was, still is. In my head I'm like, a girl like this would never be attracted to a guy like this. And at least that was the mentality I had back in the day. And that was
You were lighter skinned back then.
I guess I did look more Japanese. No, but even then, in my head, I'm like, okay, at least obviously she was really attractive
Yeah, absolutely.
with the tats and the red
All
hair
those
and everything.
thighs.
And in my head, I'm just thinking, there's no way she'd ever be attracted to this awkward Asian skinny guy like myself.
Yeah.
But as you've kind of matured and you realize, maybe it's not really all about looks.
No,
She
it's-
probably just thinks you're retarded and she's attracted to
But
retarded.
also look.
Are you claiming that I was more attractive back then?
Yeah. You're lighter skinned, dude.
It's the only reason why.
We were in a Japanese class. Of course he's going to be attracted to the light skinned Asian guy.
That's true. I guess that's
Compared
true.
to the fat weebs that, no offense to you weebs out
Well,
there,
if
but,
anything, what,
you know.
what that sounds like to me is, in comparison to what the guys were in that class, I was a looker, I guess.
Yeah, you're a looker and you're a bit normal.
Compared to the fat weeb with the Pink Floyd
Yeah,
shirt.
or the really skinny awkward weebs.
Or the correcting, was it the
Oh,
correcting weeb
jeez,
fat
no, that guy is the worst. Listen, any of you who may be listening, if you take a class on a language that is not of your own, I don't care where you think you learned the language from, whether it be a TV show or a movie, or in this case, anime. If your teacher has an accent and is from the country of origin that the language is being, taught, maybe don't question what they're saying. This guy was a little husky, long hair, ponytail sometimes, but also usually kind of had it down, but it was past the shoulders.
The epitome of a neck beard before that term was
had a
ever
neck
used.
beard, everything.
Just needed for
And our little wonderful Japanese old lady teacher would just be, teaching us something. And he'd be, excuse me, actually, no, that's not what that means.
That's not what I learned from Sailor Man.
That's not how Naruto
Boku
said
no
it.
Pico actually taught me.
Actually, when he used the Sharingan,
Yeah, no, it was literal. It was so embarrassing. I wanted to die, not for his sake, but just to escape that atmosphere. It was terrible,
Alright.
and it happened on more than one occasion. And literally everybody else in the class,
it was like, I want to punch him in the back of the neck.
just shut up. Oh my goodness! And then there's that other one, but we'll talk about that later.
I think I do remember recalling a conversation I had with the redhead.
Going back to the redhead.
Maybe regrets. I don't mean that, Joe. Please don't listen. No, I do remember a conversation I had with her. I'm like, I just remember just sitting there just doodling, and she just like leaned over and be like, "Don't you just want to fucking punch that guy in the back of the head?" I'm like, "Yeah, kind of do."
Yeah.
Want to go do it?
We all have something in common when it comes to violence.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, we are pretty deep in this.
What are we at? Oh crap! Almost
Yeah.
an hour 19.
Let's not. Let's.
It's a whole lot of going nowhere.
They're
Yeah.
going nowhere. I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't even get to half the topics I wanted to get to.
Let's touch on one more,
One more topic.
just a quick one, if you can.
Okay, so it's a little bit on the serious side, though. You guys sure?
You don't have anything more lighthearted?
Lighthearted. Shit, video games, I guess.
All right.
You guys have seen that new Halo Infinite trailer?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I want it.
I want to play it. I do get people's complaints about the graphics.
Well, here's the thing, though. Those engine-wise, that wasn't running to full capacity.
No, yeah, I understand.
Because that was being run through an Xbox.
Yeah, I've heard the explanation as to why.
It is coming out on PC, and when the PC version comes out, they're gonna have ray tracing in it.
Okay.
That'll be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing is when I was reading up on it is, it's kind of tying down with Halo Wars 2, where Halo Wars 2 kind of ended.
Yeah.
Apparently, in Halo Wars 2,
Was that the RTS?
yeah, that one. The crew, the Infinite, whatever, got lost in like some slip space thing, and they've been kind of just been trapped in this ring world battling Covenant that don't realize the war has ended. So the whole, I guess, the premise of the story is, the Master Chief, after the events of Halo 5, garbage game, ends up in that sphere of combat. So technically, it's like they're rebooting Halo 1 all over again.
Sounds like it.
What do you guys think about that?
Frank, you want to go?
You haven't been talking much.
Yeah. Wait, so what are we talking about?
I said Halo.
No, well, all right. So I don't know about it. I'm not really big into the lore and whatnot of Halo.
Oh, you're a sack of crap.
What? No. All right. So
Don't tell me you're one of those multiplayer people.
Oh, I didn't.
Multiplayer.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm a multiplayer guy.
Halo was great. Had a great multiplayer, but you can't argue the fact that story was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
This son
Especially
of a
for the
bitch.
time.
It was cool, but I didn't follow.
That was the first game I ever felt fucking scared shitless when the flood came.
They did such a great job with the flood.
And I fucking cried when
You queer?
Captain Keys died.
That was
Come on,
sad.
you
It was.
can't-
I didn't cry. I can 100% say I didn't cry, but it was sad.
Captain Keys dies. Bowhammer, that one should have got the tears. Remember, she was like trying to pick you up at the end.
Yeah.
Get shot down.
I felt heartbroken. I didn't cry.
I cried.
It was the first game where I felt a physical attraction towards artificial intelligence.
You know the funny thing is I had an awkward story. I won't say his name, but a friend told me in desperation one time during Halo 2 when you're at I believe the Covenant High Charity City. There's a part where Cortana's kind of superimposed over a screen. And I guess the guy didn't have any porn, so he just jerked off to it.
Whatever.
If you find this podcast, you know who you are. That was the story you shouldn't have told you. Or told me actually. Anyway, sorry to cut you off. What are you saying?
No, me personally, I'm pretty hyped. I'm stoked for it.
Dude.
I'm a little worried
About what specifically?
because it's still 343, right?
Yes, I understand
So
that.
what I'm hoping for is that they have learned from their mistakes. They've listened to the fans, and this weird little loophole of a storyline is their attempt to make up for what they destroyed. And if that's the case, it's probably going to be great.
They did have a press conference saying that they do understand the complaints about Halo 5 Guardians, and that they're trying to bring back the roots of what Halo. Because the thing is, what made Halo great was the fact that it wasn't over the top like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It wasn't about explosions or anything. It was literally just the atmosphere.
Yeah. Atmosphere, the music. It was a fresh, new
take on video games.
Yeah.
You're just this lone soldier just taking in this environment that's alien. and then the way they portray. I mean, like back to the flood part. Do you remember playing Combat Evolve and the first time they introduced the flood?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you see the camera view from Private Jenkins. Like,
That was
do you remember
chills,
that?
man.
Describe that feeling. I want to hear this.
For me, it was just I literally got goosebumps. I was freaked out. I don't remember how old I was, but I was pretty young, and that crap was pretty scary, man. The sound effects that they used for the flood, the music, which was very experimental
ding,
for the
ding,
time.
ding, ding.
You know,
It's
wasn't
like-
like your usual like spooky music. It was a little extra, something weird.
Yeah.
It was it was totally spoopy, Frank.
I didn't want the little bastards, I don't know what they're called, touching me.
Oh, those
flood?
damn little
Yeah.
pimple dudes.
No,
Yeah, they're
well,
little running pimples. They're
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they're like
yeah,
pimple
yeah.
face huggers.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I those scared me more than the actual like I guess transform people.
Yeah.
You know, those little guys. I felt like if you touched me, I am turning into one. You
Yeah,
know, So
yeah.
so
Well, that was the whole point. That was the reason why the flood.
yeah. Yeah, so I mean that's what I remember feeling playing the first Halo. But I mean, in regards to Halo in general, the thing that I'm kind of looking forward to because I mean maybe I heard incorrect, but they're bringing back Forge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
see,
the thing.
that is my fondest memory playing any of the Halos ever, besides the multiplayer, you know, with just friends or over online. Was Forge and just
Yeah.
making crazy maps and stuff, racing tracks.
Yeah, I do remember that.
You know, parkour maps.
And that's the whole thing. Like I feel like the later editions, though some people don't have such strong feelings about it as they do towards the very first Halo, and that's usually the case with anything that becomes a series, is the addition of certain things, like even the power-ups. Some of them made sense, you know, like the armor, the armor lock and all that kind of stuff.
Are you serious? You're one of those guys?
No.
Fuck
Well,
off.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. What it ended
You don't
up,
get invulnerability for 5 seconds,
what
asshole.
it ended up becoming, was too much, and that became Call of Duty. But I believe it was necessary because Spartans are supposed to be these ultimate warriors. How the hell does Master Chief fall through the freaking atmosphere, okay, and survive? So obviously his suit is capable of much more. So I don't mind the addition of certain things. But like I said, it did become too much where it was like, okay, well, especially in the multiplayer modes, it was just like, okay, this is stupid. There's not another Call of Duty.
Well, that was Halo 5, though.
Yeah, so again, I don't mind the additions of those certain things. But
Wait,
yeah, the Forge, I have wonderful memories of that. That was freaking awesome and fun and you know, so yeah, no. Call of Duty.
You wish.
Halo Infinite I'm definitely looking forward to. But I am worried.
About what specifically? Is it the grapple hook?
No, it's just a lot of games recently. You know, people are looking forward to a remake or the sequel or whatever, and it gets destroyed. Whether it be because of stupid agendas or politics being pushed through, or just this like if they have a watch them pull off what do you call that? What's PUBG again?
It's Battle Royale.
Battle Royale. You're gonna have some like
On
Battle
Halo?
Royale mode or something like that. I don't know.
Nah,
So some little things like that might ruin it, but I'm
Well,
hoping for the best.
I will say this, and I've actually kind of delved into it because, you know, I'm a huge Halo freak.
Of course.
You know, back to the flood thing, you guys even asked me how I felt about that.
I was
first scene.
gonna.
It took me 2 weeks to finish that chapter.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
I kept,
yeah.
every single time it got too creepy for me, because, you know, if you remember that level, you get lost. And they did that on purpose. Like, you would get, like, you'd be running in circles for how long?
Yeah, it was pretty confusing.
It kept happening to me that I just, like, I can't do this anymore. I just turn it off. So it took me at least 2 weeks to finish that. But anyways, back to Halo Infinite. I did read up on it. Halo Infinite definitely is the last in the series.
Oh wow.
But what they plan to do with Halo Infinite is, in a way, kind of the way Call of Duty Modern Warfare is, just keep adding content to it.
Oh, okay.
So story upon story added up onto it, and more multiplayer stuff. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that's a good move to have, or just?
I think
or
it
should
can
they,
be.
or should they stick with the sequel basis?
I think it can be a really good thing, but it really depends on how they pull it off.
That or-
because it can also be really cheesy real quick.
That or I mean, if they do something similar, maybe like with like how Grand Theft Auto did with their DLCs, like the Lost and the
Yeah,
Damned,
that's
the
true.
Stargate
That's
Tony.
Exactly.
That was
Because
successful.
like I wanted to add, I've never had an Xbox. My experience with Halo was through friends and their consoles.
Break into people's houses.
No, so the last Halo I played actively was Halo 3.
That's fine.
But I did touch ODST and Reach, and I liked those quite a bit. I never got the lore or anything because we didn't play, campaign or nothing. like that.
ODST was a bit of a surprise for me.
Yeah,
It was the first game where you weren't a Spartan technically.
Yeah, you were
and-
just like a.
I
SWAT.
actually went into it thinking, "Wow, this is gonna suck," and then ending up falling in love with it.
Yeah,
Like
so-
it was
so-
a completely separate thing.
So if they add like some kind of content, I don't know where they like maybe cameo or something, the ODST or the Reach.
What kind of cameo though?
I don't know. it's
If
just-
we're talking about Reach, everyone's dead on Reach.
Is it? Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know.
if they can do.
We,
if they-
we played Halo Reach. Everyone dies
yeah,
at the end.
yeah,
Dude, that last mission on Reach, I tried my best to survive as long as I could.
If they so you know how Dead or Alive.
Beach volleyball?
So you know how in that I meant the fighting game, but they had beach volleyball. But in beach volleyball, you know how you can like make your characters like pose and dance and stuff, and it's whatever.
Okay,
If
I
they
don't know
do
how this
that
has to do
with
Halo.
Cortana
Oh boy.
and it's completely motion tracked, then
Okay.
yeah.
I think this is a good place to end the episode now. Anyways, closing remarks, Matt.
Well, let's start with Frank. He's our guest.
Oh yeah, Matt.
That took me a second to realize.
All right. So
Frank?
Frank, this is your first episode with us.
I had fun. I didn't really know what to talk about, but I went with the flow. Just
No, essentially this is just us vibing out.
yeah.
We're not really trying to be serious or anything. And I did try throwing out the topic of like let's just focus on one subject, but I don't think that's
No.
what this podcast is.
Wherever the heck
We're just
it
a bunch
goes.
of dudes.
We
and just-
can't stick to one topic.
No, we can't.
We've never had a
We
conversation.
can't. I'm trying to go over my points here, and like literally, I'm just like, this is not a good place for this. I'm not gonna go from like Halo to like what's the state of California. It doesn't work that way. So I'll keep these points here. I feel like if it vibes in or if it melds into what we're talking about, I'll throw it in there.
Yeah.
But essentially, this format works. We're just a bunch of dudes just talking, speaking our minds.
Yeah.
Normal people during the COVID times.
So shut up now and let him do his thing.
Hey, asshole.
No, like I was just saying, it's I've never done this before. Saying the thoughts.
Clearly.
Whatever, guy. And so I got more time on my hands, so hell, why not just try something different? And I enjoyed listening to the first podcast. I haven't listened to the
Thanks,
second
buddy.
one. I've listened to the second one, but I'll get around to it. But I very much enjoyed the first one, and I was like, hey, sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, if that's the case, you bastards need to invest in XLR mics.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
As this progresses, if this progresses, things will change. But
Alright. Okay, let's close out here. Any closing remarks, Matt?
no, just everybody. Again, thanks for listening. It's been chill. Stay safe out there. Wear your mask. Don't wear your mask. I don't care.
What a faggot. He says this in every episode. Okay,
No,
Frank.
that's the first time I mentioned the mask.
Whatever. Frank, closing remarks. Go.
My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
And I hope we do this sometime soon again, because it was not shit, at least in my opinion. And whoever's watching, I hope you enjoyed.
It's because you're on the episode, that's why. No one gives a crap about your feelings.
I know, it's okay. It's okay, only mama cares, that's it.
Jen.
Oh, alright. Well, with that being said, thanks for listening, everyone. Have a good week.
Muchos arigatos.
Bye.